Okay, so far we have created two profiles. The first we have created a standalone application server profile, and then we have created a cell profile, right? And in the cell profile, it automatically create one DMGR profile for you. Along with that, an application server which is automatically federated to your DMGR, right? So now in this session, I am going to create a management profile, and inside the management, as we discussed so far, we have a two profile. The one is the DMGR profile, and second is the administrative agent profile. Okay, so I'm going to create the DMGR profile. Okay, so with single DMGR profile which we are going to create in the management profile, it will only create the DMGR profile. It is not going to create any of the application server profile. Okay, so one federated application server is automatically created only in the cell profile that we have created previously, right? So now I am going to create a dedicated DMGR profile only. Okay, and that option is available with the management profile or the management profile options. Okay, so again I will go inside the bin folder of my installation and then profile management, then initiate the PMT tool, right? So we always use the PMT tool to create any of the profiles. Okay, so once the PMT tool is initiated, then it is going to list out all the profiles that we have created so far from this particular installation, right? So what we have discussed so far, from a single installation we can create the multiple profiles. For example, we can create the profile for development environment, one profile for the testing, second for QA. What is the benefits of that, what are the drawbacks of that, everything we have discussed so far in detail, right? So now here you can see we have three profiles as of now. So this is the dev profile, which is an independent application server profile that we have created initially. And then second, we have created a cell profile where this particular DMGR along with a federated application server was automatically created. So it is showing three profiles. So now to create a DMGR profile, again click on the create. Now here I'm going to create the management profile, right? So initially we created the application server profile, then we created the cell profile, and now we are going to create a management profile. Okay, so you can check the details of the management profile here in the description. Click on next. So as I said, we have these two options. Okay, so one more option is their job manager, but hardly you will see that it is getting utilized somewhere. Okay, so main is the administrative agent and second is the deployment manager. Okay, so this deployment manager will create a dedicated deployment manager profile only. There is no application server. So now what we will do in this session, we will create a dedicated deployment manager profile. In the next session, we will see how to federate an application server with the deployment manager. So this is going to be an independent deployment manager. So in the next session, we will create one standalone application server profile, and then we will federate that particular application server with the deployment manager. And that is the actual we use in a live production environment where we have the multiple application servers federated to the deployment manager. So you will learn how we can federate the application server with the deployment manager, right, in the next session. Okay, so now select the deployment manager and click on next. So we have, as I said, we have a job manager as well, but hardly you will see anywhere getting utilized, but I will create a one more session on this as well, okay, to give the overview of this particular job manager as well. Okay, what is job manager? Now click on next. So again, we have two options, advanced profile creation and typical profile. So if you want to customize some values, you can go with the advanced option. The first is the deploy the admin console. It is always recommended and always go with this one. So you will get a deployment console for this. Now profile name, it will automatically take DMGR02. So why 02? Because we already have a DMGR profile with the name of DMGR01. So it automatically taken as a DMGR02, right? So now if you want to change the name, you can change the name here. Okay, let me give the demo DMGR. Okay, so this DMGR we are going to use in next session where we will create one application server and then we will federate the application server with this particular DMGR. Okay, so this is the directory that is going to be created for this particular profile. So I will give the same name that I have given for my profile name, which is DM demo DMGR. Okay, now click on next. Then again, this is the host name. Okay, so this is the host name, or you can say this is a node name. So for each and every profile there would be a corresponding node name we have seen in the previous multiple sessions. So I will go with the default option. So here we have to give a host name, so I am giving the local host. Okay, it is going to run on my local host only. This is the cell name. If you want to give any cell name here, you can change the name as well. Okay, so for example, let me change the name node as well. Okay, so let me give demo dmgr node. Okay, and here I will give demo dmgr cell. Okay, so now I have customized the values according to my requirement, and then click on next. So I will enable the admin security. So I will provide a username and password. So WAS admin, let me give WAS admin 123. So you can give any username and password according to your choice. Now click on next. So I'm going with the default certificate. Okay, I'm not going to create, use any of the existing certificate. So it will automatically create a demo certificate for us. Click on next. So this is the certificate details. Okay, and now here are the default ports. So now you can see that the port for the admin console is now 9064, right? Because as I said earlier, I already have one profile in my system, and after that we created three profiles. So the default 9060 port incremented by the values, so now it is 9064. Similarly, the other ports also incremented, okay, based on the number of profiles that you have in your system. Now click on next. So here you can check the different values or input that we have provided for this particular profile, and then click on create. Okay, so if you select the typical profile that we have seen in the previous sessions as well, it will automatically take the default values. You will not get an opportunity to change the name of any of the configurations. If you want to customize your environment, then you can go with the advanced option, and then you can specify your own values for each and every configuration. Okay, so now you can see the profile has been created. So I'm going to uncheck the launch the first step console, click on finish. Okay, now you can see demo DR profile is listed here. So now you can see this is only the profile that has been created. There is no other application server profiles are here, right? Because this is a dedicated DMGR profile that we have created with the management profile option, right? Now close it, go back to your installation folder, then your profiles folder. So here this is the demo DMGR profile, right? So now go inside this, and to start it, go inside the bin. So I will go to the bin folder, and I'm going to start it. So to start the DMGR, again we have the command start dmgr.bat. Okay, this is we can use to start our DMGR. Okay, now you can see the DMGR is getting initialized. So this is the corresponding log file. So this is the folder where we have, this is our profile. Inside that you will have a log folder, then a DMGR folder, and then start server.log, right? This we have covered in the previous session. We have discussed about the different directory structures, log files, configuration files, and everything, right? So it is starting the DMGR profile, and now you can see it is started, and this is the process ID. So each and every process has an ID in the OS. So this is the particular process ID. Okay, so now I will access this from the browser, the admin console. So the local host, the port was 9064, then IBM/console. Okay, so this will forward me to the HTTPS port, which is configured with the demo certificate by default. So it will show you the security prompt. Proceed. Okay, then we have to provide the security username and password that we have given during the creation of profile. So in my case, it is WAS admin and WAS admin 123. Okay, so after login, when we go to the console, okay, so everything will be blank. Everything means if I go to server section, there wouldn't be any servers, right? Because this is only a DMGR profile, single DMGR profile, which is a centralized management console to manage the different application servers, right? So that means there wouldn't be any servers. If I go inside and if I click on all servers here, okay, you can see this is completely blank. Okay, so again, because this is a DMGR profile, so you will see all the important tabs are here, right? Multiple tabs are here. So if I go to server types, we have a different kind of a servers. If you click on WebSphere application server, there is no server as of now, right? And similarly, if I go to the node section, so if I click on the node, you will see only one node is here, and that is specific to the DMGR, right? So this is the DMGR node. If I go to the node agents, so there is no node agent, right? Because why do not have a node agent? Because node agent are specifically related with the application server profiles that is federated with the application this particular DMGR. So as of now, we have not federated any of the application server with this particular DMGR. So this node agent section is completely blank. And inside the node, we have only one node which is specifically related to your DMGR, right? So now similarly, if I click on the cell, okay, you can see this is the default cell. So we have given the name to cell as demo DMGR cell. So this is the name that you can see for the cell. Okay, similarly, if I go to the deployment manager, so you can say this is the name of your DMGR which we have created, and here there are multiple configurations that you can view or change for this particular DMGR. Okay, for this I will create a separate session. Okay, how to navigate the different options in the console, and how to do the different kind of a configuration changes from the console as well. right? So now if I show you again, there is no application server as of now, and there is no node agent as of now. So now what we will do in the next session, we will create one application server profile, and then we will federate that application server with this particular DMGR which we have created. So what will happen after that? Once the application server is federated to my this particular DMGR, then I can able to see the application server here and the corresponding node agent here, along with the corresponding node, right? Because that server will be federated here, and after that you can control that particular application server from here. You can select the application server, you can start stop, you can go to deployment, you can deploy the application. So that means once the application server is federated to DMGR, then you can manage that particular application server from this particular DMGR. Okay, so we'll see how to federate one application server. But if you have multiple application servers, we can use the same process that we will follow in the next session for federation with the this particular DMGR. For example, if you have four application servers, you can federate all four application servers with this DMGR, and after that you will see all four servers here, and the corresponding nodes and the corresponding node agents, everything will be listed here. Okay, and one thing about the node agent, so when we create the node agent, okay, so you can start stop or restart your node agent from here as well. Okay, once it is registered here, right? So in next session we'll create a one application server profile, and then we'll see how to federate with this particular DMGR profile.